Hey guys, welcome to the EPP tournament. First match, it's Orcinspace in Berlin versus Peteair in Amsterdam. I'm joined by Serenade, my co-caster. Hello.
Hello.
Alright, well actually, I was recording the first part, so that's why streaming is a bit late. I have to do a couple of things now. Perfect. So that's why streaming is a bit late. Anywho, 2 seconds. Baba chat. There we go. Alright, so the tournament 1v1 setup, what is this about? Well, basically we created a 1v1 setup game where we have countries that are completely equal in stats in terms of their manpower, their force limit, the money they have, their power generation, literally everything that matters in war is 100% equal. And we also switched the basic geography of the map, which is this thing. Everything is grasslands or flatlands, at least 2 tiles in of this border. This allows for more maneuvering. We also have like a specific rule that makes it so that you cannot build forts on border provinces. Only 1 tile in. And there's a limited number of forts. So all of these rules are meant to simulate a fair 1v1 war, which is something that basically never happens in EU4. And one where you can really test your skills and practice the tactical aspects of EU4 multiplayer warfare as well as the strategical. Alright, now I forgot everything else we mentioned, but I'm a bit flustered because I already said everything. So yeah, we've already had quite a bit of practice, some of us, on the 1v1 map and determined like a specific war meta, in which I'll go probably somewhat in depth. But the first things to know is if players do everything right in terms of the setup, they should end with 1.3 million men. I'm also going to show that the countries have similar IDs or exact same IDs, which is 10% inf combat, 5% discipline, 10% moral, and 20% manpower recovery, 30% manpower. So these are damn good IDs, pretty aggressive IDs. They're meant to simulate or let's say a high tier multiplayer country. Not top tier, but high tier. The second thing is it's tech 32. Even though we're only tech 31, it's actually tech 32. If you look at flying battery, we have the tech. 8.4 for artillery. But there is a secret or a new tech 32 military technology that just adds 0.25 military tactics, which is like a very late game potential decider for the setup. But it's not that impactful, and typically what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get better generals and much more manpower. You can see you start with 3 generals, which are pretty bad. My chat is not working again. No, my chat is working. Hey everyone. Your favorite purple is here? Yeah. Monkey Man secret strat. Yeah, we'll have to see that. I think everyone will have a bit of secret strats. Anyway, so there's actually already 1 leader generated for Peteair, which is very awkward. Oh, I think no. Okay, yeah, it's just the estate one. Right? It's the estate one. Yeah. So I was wondering if he had already wasted 1 army professionalism, which would be a massive mistake. On the other hand, Orcinspace already recruited. It looks like. He has a 6-4 general and a 5-5, or a lot of 5-5, so he got pretty good generals. But that makes me worried that he didn't min-max everything in terms of his manpower region when he passed that thing. Yeah, like not everything is estated, and if I'm looking at... Alright, he put the edict everywhere, but he didn't put the estate everywhere, and he didn't take the manpower advisor when he was what is it called, slackened manpower. So he actually lost probably like 20k manpower already, and that's a very big difference.
Wait, he didn't give estates everywhere, but he gave nobility to some. What?
Yeah. So that's a problem. You can see that Peteair, however,
influence, though. What?
did it differently,
okay,
right?
Sure.
This gives more loyalty, so it means the forts that are eventually going to be built will have more defensiveness. But it's mostly all about the manpower region. 5.374 here. He has perfect advisors, +5 everywhere, the exact advisors you want. He has military focus here. He already has oh no, he just has too many leaders right now. Okay, he's gonna remove them. But yeah, you recruit 5 leaders, then you slacken professionalism for manpower, but he needs to remember to fire those. He has a 6-5-4 general. That is very, very good. You start with only 80 army professionalism. Tradition, yes. Yeah, 80 army professionalism, that would be pretty good. Alright. Meanwhile, for the advisors, see, like, Orcinspace, he's giving more and more to the, I think he's a bit sort of driven about everything he has to do. Alright, Monkey, we do a practice after this? Yes, of course. Now, let's look at everything else we can min-max in this game. I was thinking I was going to host and I was going to show basically what people need to do it perfectly. That way you shouldn't have any setup problems, but you want to make sure to rival the right people because you want to min-max power projection, you want to min-max prestige, you want to min-max every single thing that can give you an advantage, your military points generation like it's done here. You even want to, or you used to want to put your ruler and your heir as
I mean, you still want to general them because they can be good stuff.
You still want to general.
Example, I got a 6-2 general from my heir.
Yeah, and it's important, like, to have a lot of good generals because there's going to be a lot of battles taken at the same time, or potentially a lot of battles taken at the same time. We'll see how many cannons every side builds. If you typically you can build up in this scenario up to 4 cannon stacks, so you want 4 good generals, and the more of a general advantage you have, the more battles you might want to take, or if you have the best general, you might only want to take 1 battle. But all that we'll discuss all this later once we see the definite sides, what their advantages are, how they set it up, and what the strategies are going to be. I'm thinking yet you want to be actually very greedy in like the serious 1v1 tournaments, that you want to try and not have policies on for as long as possible, have the manpower advisor on as long as possible, and get every single little advantage you can get.
That's the gist, yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is when 2 people both start doing this, you have to poke your opponent when you do that. Or rather, when your opponent's doing this, you have to poke him. Yeah. Otherwise, he's just gonna start getting his willpower generation advantage.
Okay. I want to see if they're building. Another thing you can do is you first wait. You want to build universities everywhere except where you're building your forts, because you don't want to forget to build your forts. You never know. Also, boats cannot be constructed because there's no good way to min-max the boats.
We're lazy to balance naval forces.
Yeah, we're lazy. I mean, okay, so you build universities everywhere. Once your universities are constructed, they give you a little dev cost reduction, which is good because you want to be deving Diplo and admin as efficiently as possible to increase your force limit ever so slightly, but mostly to get more power projection by being higher in the great power thing. Right here, Amsterdam took over Berlin just because he has 1 more dev now, and that gives them 3 more power projection, which is a little bit of moral, and that actually does matter. Another thing I want to mention is the way the war is set up. It's played with a mod, as you could have seen by the tech and stuff. But you can only declare on the 20th of January 1447. So you have about 2 years to get your country exactly to min-max everything about your country to set it up for war and be ready to declare war on that day. It's very important to declare war because there is a sizable advantage to whoever declares the war in terms of choosing the war goal, but also in terms of power projection. There's how much is like what 10 or 5?
10 power projection for declaring.
Yeah, so that's not negligible. 10 power projection.
Yeah, it's one moral. Which is
one moral.
Important.
That's pretty massive. So both countries, there's also no events, no decisions to be taken as such. So you're not going to have any game decided by a random 5% discipline advisor.
Yeah, because I rolled a 6-6 advisor. I rolled a 6-6. I rolled 2 6-6 generals.
Yeah, too bad it's not your real match, Serenade.
Yeah, sad times. I rolled 2 6-6 generals on 78 Army Tradition.
You can use control to switch, yeah.
Like, if this is a real match, GG. I have 6-6, 6-6, 5-6.
Yeah, but I can't actually roll control. Or is it any one control? What's going on?
Good fucking game.
Or maybe, oh no, it's probably because I'm not.
But yeah, general RNG can't really be avoided, huh?
Can't really be avoided, but it's part of the more of the strat. And at least you have Serenades. Serenade general.
The Serenades is a baseline for what you can possibly, like, how bad it can get. But 4-4 is pretty bad as far as
4-4 is terrible in terms of actual warfare.
It's basically bad.
You will
it's hard to get
always lose the war if you fight with 4-4. So if by some like terrible event you cannot get a better general than Serenade, this has happened when I was playing 1 versus 2, then you have to just basically not take any fights and wait until you get a better general. And your opponent has to notice this and actually try and take fights.
There is Monkey Man general. Just look at Crane. I have a general called Monkey Man.
Yeah, of course there are Monkey Man general.
Yeah, there is Monkey Mans.
Now,
Simons though, I got 2 6-6 Simons.
Yeah, what's very important is you also want to make sure to counter espionage and embargo everyone, spy on network to get the infiltrate administration just to be able to count troops. Okay, Orc has already formed his vanguards, a bit too early.
Oh yeah, maybe we should make the Serenades 4-5s.
4-5s.
Make them a combination of 4-5s and 5-4s. Because 4-4s is a pretty tough baseline.
Yeah, but
maybe make them 4.
Because they're often like, I mean, I guess you can be very unlucky. Maybe we can make 2 generals 4-5s and 2 4-4s.
Yeah. You start with
because it's you're not unlikely to have one of your 4th cannon stack to be led by a Serenade. It's not improbable. Let's say it's definitely not what you want. Yeah. And if that is the case, then you certainly don't want to take a 4 fight.
I mean,
in any given
fair, you have like 10 general rolls before the battle starts, so the chances of rolling poorer than a 4-4 is pretty low.
Yeah. So Orc is going to have way less manpower and just military points generation. He's going to be behind at the start. He needs to try and he's going to need to tactically outplay or strategically outplay Peteair to get. But again, it's not like a crippling advantage. Only if you're able to really push your advantage after the first battle is it going to be too much. No,
did you implement the thing where all generals less than 15 pips are automatically called Serenade?
No, that's not the thing. Okay, yeah, no, actually, that is a thing I could do. I should do it. Alright, I want to talk about some other thing, which is about the setup, which is the money. Because a lot of people seem to be saying, oh, well, the excess money, which means that you can never bankrupt, sort of fakes the setup. It's not realistic for an actual EU4 MP, but I think this is more representative of the average war. In the average war, you cannot care if you want to be efficient about money. You just have to accept that eventually you will bankrupt. And the reality is that you will not bankrupt during the most likely wars, because you can always sort of cheat out the system by getting more subs from your allies, from reorganizing your trade with your allies. I mean, there's lots of things you can do to prevent the emergency bankruptcy. So this setup actually it simplifies warfare in the sense that the only thing that's different is that typically in war, you have to take a lot of loans after every engagement, which makes the logistics of war a lot more complicated, and which also creates like random pop-ups of loan during battles. And we thought this was just an annoying feature of EU4 because you can't disable those pop-ups that don't add anything to the game. And we already noticed that most players have difficulty just organizing, making sure to reinforce properly, making sure to take multiple battles if it's in their favor, or not to take multiple battles if it's not in their favor, and so on. So we felt that sort of adding loan micro was not something desirable.
Okay, so basically we're isolating the warfare factor here.
Yep.
And we're just gonna say screw the the annoying part, and no one wants those mass loans while working up.
Exactly. Like, if we could like remove the pop-ups, then maybe we could think about it. But with the pop-ups, it's so annoying.
What?
Or if they could be hotkeys and things like this. But as is, the system is not well built to provide for this experience, so we're just trying to limit the cancer.
Yeah, nobility popped 1 month before me. Okay.
Yeah, well, Serenade confirmed noob. So the war will start fairly soon. They are also both low on manpower in terms of, so they're actually going to take cannon damage very quickly. And he's also Orcinspace is putting force march on all his troops, even though he's not taken the moral policies, so he's gonna have to remove them, and that does actually matter.
Here comes insult by Amsterdam. So.
6. What are allies? Late game, I agreed. What? Alright. So Peteair, he seems to have 1.3 million, right? Yeah. He has 1.3 million, so he did everything fine, it looks like.
Okay, so finally I can see the stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like, okay, so...
He has a 6-5, a 6-3, and a 5-6. So he has three damn good generals, right?
Peteair seems to have slightly better generals.
3 above average generals.
I mean, Peteair is using a 4-6, but his other 3 generals are
6-4,
probably better.
5-5, and 5-5. So, yeah. And in total, Orcinspace has 1.25 about, so he's lost slightly more than 50 manpower at the start, effectively.
I mean, I think this is too early to be forming up your vanguard. Well, I assumed he's formed it up for at least 6 months.
They both have 351 mercs, so they both use the advisor to get a little bit more.
That's good. So that's 18 more mercs. So
okay, Berlin now has the ++5/+5/+5. He has the 5 discipline already, so he's not doing the greedy. He wants to make sure that he's ready for war. Also, everyone starts with the late game era bonuses. As you can see, the force march costs nothing, artillery bonus, and artillery from back damage. Okay, now they need to form their vanguards. We'll see if they make sufficiently big vanguards. And if they also have all their mercs on the front, they seem to do. Okay, that's good. Alright.
Okay, war in 2 months, so let's see who gets the jump.
Right, who gets the attack and what the strategies are going to be once war is declared. Definitely, whatever you're doing, okay, you can already see where people want to declare, right? Orcinspace, he's positioned at the north because he wants East Frisia as his war goal, whereas Peteair is going to be positioned near Nassau. He really needs to form his vanguards because he wants to attack Nassau as a war goal. So what he wants to do is jump into Nassau, jump into Hesse, jump into Frankfurt, take that position. Whereas here, what you want to do is you want to go into East Frisia, Groningen, Meppen, Onsenbroek. Like you want to, this line preferably, is what you want to position yourself. You want to cut off you want to occupy as many provinces of your opponents as possible, because that gives you a better strategical position, but it also reduces the manpower region every month of your opponent, which is a very big advantage. And it gives a little bit of force core, sure, why not? Alright. 6-4. Okay, war in right now, basically. Whoever can declare force first. Forced. Yes.
Okay.
Alright, war goal is Nassau, so Peteair went first. Is a big advantage. Still, Orcinspace, he's occupying this line, as I was suggesting. It makes sense. Oh, okay, what Orcinspace is instantly going to Oversticht, even though his reinforcements are not at all in position. So he's instantly taking an offensive fire. That's very okay. It's actually even -1.
Yeah, okay, he's gonna run.
Yeah, he needs to run.
But yeah, so Peteair probably should switch.
Okay, and there's also it's not just that. There's also a policy problem from the looks of it.
Yeah, okay,
all the policies on Peteair's side.
Yeah, Orc has no policies yet.
Yeah, so he definitely needs to remember this.
He gets the Montic though, so some reinforcements. But yeah, so Orc obviously not playing with his entire army. He's just playing around some vanguards. Most of his reinforcements still hanging around behind. Okay, he's starting to move them now, but he's not fixing his policy deficit. He has advisors. Yeah, so he's down 1 more.
It is too bad though, because he is the defender in the fight, and he has a better general.
He needs to put his policies on, like, now.
Like, imagine this fight. He has the policies on. He has a better general. He's taking a defensive fight. He should win that fight
if he has his policies.
So the reason
he might win it. Oh, he turned on policies, right? I saw his morale go up. Yeah, he's turning on policies now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yep. Still, I think his cannon stack. Yeah.
I don't know whether that was slow reinforcements or that was retreat bug. I'm guessing
it was slow reinforcement.
I'm guessing he accidentally made it run because, like, I think he messed up.
Get out really quickly.
Run. Because he definitely still had a front line in the battle.
Let's see him. He needs to consolidate very quickly. Peteair is going to try and take this move. He's actually moving with a very weak vanguard that could get wiped. Easily wiped.
Well, unlikely, considering he has reinforcements right behind.
Yeah, but I mean, you need to pay attention. Alright. So Orc needs to, like, he moved everything to reinforce. He needs to split everything. He needs to consolidate. Not to take us, like, he's in manpower deficit already. That's the counter edge of playing the glass cannon build, which is the current meta, which is you build everything you have at the start. You keep only the bare minimum of manpower in reserve for your cannon attrition. That means that nothing can go to manpower infantry. If anything goes to manpower infantry,
consolidate these things in Denmark like ASAP. He can't afford to reinforce them. And yeah, you also can't take attrition on your inf stacks if you're doing this. But okay, it looks like Peteair is just moving up to secure a better position after getting the war goal. Something I can agree with.
Alright, here we go. Now still, Peteair, the fight he took was with the wrong general, so he needs to be careful about that. He took it with his absolutely worst general. Now, if you're Orcinspace, you definitely want to just be passive from this point on. It's 1992 versus 1196, well, minus 40 because of attrition. Where is his 4th cannon stack? Or does he not have one? Okay, it's up north. He needs to get that back to the front line ASAP.
So hasn't consolidated in Fume.
Yeah. Neither of them took it. Like, there was a battle, but it wasn't a very big battle. It was just like one small engagement. Okay, what is this stack? If he's okay, yeah. No forced march though. He could maybe have tried. But
unlikely to be wiping.
Well, on a random 40, yeah. I guess you could try to bait that, but like it's only 40 inch, so without a general, that dies extremely quickly in this.
I mean, it dies in 3 days on a good roll, so yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And then if you arrive 3 days, like from one province to the other, that's probably 3 days or 4 days. Okay, Peter is trying to move. Only with 106k Vanguard, so that's very little. He needs to put his reinforcements. He's moving first his reinforcements before making any more moves, which is what you need to do. All of these stacks are completely out of position, need to be where the action is. Like, you need all your reinforcement stacks to be where you're going to fight before you try to make any moves. But he is going to try to make a move from the looks of it, which he can, right?
I think he's just moving up since they were a bit far away and he noticed, so now he's just
go here and take this province. Because if I'm Peter, I look at the generals and I think my generals are better, so I can actually overcome the defender's advantage. But I have to take multiple fights probably in one engagement, or even a single one is 6-5 versus 6-4. So that's probably the same quality on both sides, given the defender's advantage.
I mean, I think it will be quite difficult, regardless.
Whereas if you take 2 fights, no. General advantage probably not big enough. Oh, Orc is attacking again. Up north, yes. Not with his best. And again, it's like the worst general versus the worst general.
5-4-6 might actually be good because he is across a river.
Yeah, that's true.
But
alright, his troops need to reinforce faster here.
6-4-4, so that's not.
Now Peter, I think, is just happy. Like, he needs to switch his generals.
Yeah, switch his general.
100%, but he should be happy to take the defender's
fight. In the south as well, but okay, obviously Peteair notices.
This is gonna be. Let's just also check if they're. He's missing 1 cannon from the looks of it. That's actually.
Yeah, I think Orc consolidated.
Does he have 1 infantry in the backline? He actually he doesn't have infantry on the
wait, who attacked here? I guess it was Orc in Osnabrück.
Orc is the attacker, yeah. And he's the attacker in Osnabrück as well.
Yeah, but because of this, his backline is going to break behind here unless he arrives very quickly.
We're gonna see. Like, I'm not really,
he needs to reinforce faster up north. What is this other fight? 5-5 versus 6-3. I mean, that's somewhat equal.
It looks like Orc is overall better at getting his army in. Like, you see, Peteair still has
so much, yeah.
Yeah, he has a lot of stuff behind.
But still, the battles are gonna.
But I think because Peteair is a defender, he has enough time to get them in.
He's gonna win the top fight, though, right? Yeah. That fight is definitely lost. Yeah, cannons are gone.
Peteair is not gonna make it in time for the top fight.
Peteair tries to take this Hoya fight. I don't know about that at all.
Well, he is making it work from extremely good dice rolls.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, it looks like Peteair's gonna win in Osnabrück.
This army,
Orc needs to reinforce from Oldenburg. He also needs to consolidate ASAP.
Yeah. You should just group everything together. Is he doing it? He's consolidating. There he goes. He just did it. He needs to enter that fight ASAP. No, he's not force marching. Because his line might break.
He's still making it time, though.
Yeah. Alright. Good. He needs to.
It looks like first engagement, Orc is winning out of simply the fact that his troops are more prepared to reinforce, whereas Peteair had like more than 200k sitting back.
Yeah.
But is this time for an assault? I don't agree with this assault. It's too late for this. If he's going for an assault, I would say this is not the best assault.
He might even lose the fight, actually, if he doesn't reinforce it.
Oh, what?
Even though he got godlike dices. Yeah.
Oh my god, he actually lost.
Yeah, he was busy spamming mercs.
I mean, no. This
at least he doesn't get caught. Okay, but he should have taken the fight in Groningen instead of oversteered.
I mean, yeah, you should definitely have reinforced.
And actually, he could have gone on Hoya and killed those. Okay, well, he moves out. That's smart. All right, let's see his consolidating. He's not consolidated the main stack. You need to consolidate as you retreat out of a fight.
Oh, make sure to. Stade, very dangerous if Peteair notices it. This stack on Stade.
He could have wiped that before. He could have instantly gone. Alright. So retreats out of here, needs to consolidate everything. Right, well, at this point, Peteair won the fight. He can take a fort. But he's moving a bit too slowly already.
It's hard for him to take this fort in Stade. The fort he could have taken is Thüringen, but he wasn't ready for it.
It was also.
I would say overall the fight went somewhat in Peteair's favor since he didn't lose any ground. And he got more war score from battles, it seems. And he's still in control of the war goal.
Yeah. Yeah, he won the fight.
So even though a mistake for not pushing up, you can really see here that defender advantage pretty big.
He had another batch of leaders recruited, but he's taking a bit too much time to fire them. I want to see if there's better ones. It doesn't seem like there are better ones than the one he already had, but that does mean he had another influx of manpower. Whereas Berlin is 1 month behind. He also really needs to remove force march on his vanguard.
Yeah.
Right, Cannoneer on the 5-4 general, which is not the one you want, but okay.
Wait, did you remove the leader traits yet, or not?
No, not remove the leader traits. We still have leader traits, just
okay.
Not
it's just that the
ruler traits. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We nerfed Ruthless, but
Ruthless is 5% now.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's check. He still has not consolidated everything. That's top priority of whatever it is you're doing. Is consolidate after every fight. Because your cannons are going to be taking attrition, and they already are. 36 on this stack. Only 6 on this one behind. It actually took a lot of cannon damage. This stack is completely out, and if he doesn't notice this, he's just going to get basically wiped. But he's gonna lose every fight. He's gonna lose every fight, unless he fixes the cannon situation.
Yeah, he has 10 cannons here in Hanover.
Yeah, 35 there, 40 there,
here, 35 here,
38. So he has 0 functional stacks, is what it boils down to.
Yeah,
because
Peteair
of the
seems to have much better manpower management so far. He still has 4 full cannon stacks. If he groups up the one in Amsterdam.
Yeah. All right.
But okay, so both sides forming up their front line again. Looks like Peteair is pushing slowly.
Yeah. Orc can recruit and should recruit the generals to get an influx of manpower. Like, it's still very much winnable though, because despite having some won engagement, some lost engagement, neither side has pushed any forts. But there's a very sizable advantage for Peteair, which is first just the war score generated, because war is all about generating war score. Okay, he just recruited some guys, so his cannons will eventually reach it. Now, if you're Peteair and you notice this, you instantly push. Like, there's 15 cannons in one army, now 20.
You definitely
You cannot lose that fight. You cannot lose it. It's strictly impossible.
You have to go attack it ASAP, but he doesn't seem to notice his opponent lacking cannons.
He does have infiltrate, but I mean, they're on the border regardless. Still.
I mean, this is why you have to mouse over your opponent's stacks, because just because you see 100k, it doesn't mean that it's a fully formed vanguard. Yeah.
Well, here it's very easy to notice because people have typical vanguards are at least 120. So if there's less than 120, you can already be suspect and be like,
it doesn't work for me because my vanguards are always 90.
That's whatever. What I was saying. But I want to explain a bit about just warfare meta in general. And the current warfare meta is all about the defender's advantage, effectively. Right? Because there's this hidden mechanic in EU4 that you can't see, which is that whenever... Oh wait, this is just going to be a battle in Kessel. 6-5 versus 5-5 general, but there's -1 for
he chose the
Kessel.
wrong battle.
Yeah, but Orc needs to reinforce very quickly.
So Peteair is the attacker across the river. He has a small general.
It's actually the best cannon stack as well. Okay, but I like this attack
he's taking into Brunswick. That's good. Yeah, I agree with this. Now, if only he takes the best battle his side has.
As long as he reinforces correctly, then he always wins, right? Because he should have more men. Let's look at the amount of men. 733 here.
Probably. But the problem now.
Yeah, there's 200 more men and this stack needs to move. Does he have mass mercs? He must be missing mercs. No.
Yeah, okay, so Orc also attacked him in Hoya. Notice that Orc combined 2 vanguards, I think. He has 2 vanguards in Brunswick.
Yeah, it's 2 vanguard in
Peteair, now Peteair can take a fort if he does this correctly.
He's gonna try to go. Okay, he
He's
realizes
giving
he
up
can
Brunswick
go.
for some reason. No, he can't reinforce this. His front broke already.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a dead infantry stack.
Oh,
Looks
but
like
though he should not reinforce there because yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's already lost there. But okay, let's see whether he manages to take the initiative because he should be able to get a fort now. But okay, because he lost the battle in Brunswick. Oh wait, what?
Peteair attacking and.
Oh my god. Okay, that's not gonna end well. Did Orc get any cannons on his front line?
No, I don't.
No,
think
he has
so.
40k in the second rank. Wow. Wait. What?
Here he's gonna get wiped there.
Okay.
In 4 days. No. That's shocking.
Yeah, it looks like Orc took some bad engagements.
Well, look at. He threw 2 9s, and he didn't get wiped because the bug happened, as it always does, where he took during 6 phases 0 damage. But yeah, he can still just pursue it and wipe it there.
Yeah, so he should be able to get 2 forts even now because he managed to shatter all his opponent's vanguards. So let's see if he goes on double assault.
This needs to get consolidated. He is assaulting an Anhalt. I'm going to see if he's consolidating. Yes, he is consolidating. He should be doing the same here, but he has manpower on this other fort, so he's removing, but he only has manpower on this other fort. This is consolidating, so pretty good play by Peteair. Not recruiting the mercs, though. This would be pretty funny if there was a cannon stack available for Orc, then he could just wipe these cannons.
I mean, he's coming, but I don't know why he stopped. He should definitely come because if he's fast with recruiting now, he should definitely attack in Anhalt right away. If he was faster with recruiting.
Yeah, Orc also needs to get way faster in this.
Yeah. But from the looks of it, Peteair might be able to just siege during it normally.
Yeah, which is a big no-no, by the way. Normally you can never get away with sieging.
He can actually siege Thuringen normally because there's no way for Orc to get to Thuringen. Because Peteair can stand in Foland and Bamberg. However, reinforcements to follow will be quite difficult.
No, how do you stand in Foland?
Oh, sorry, I'm retarded. You can walk to Foland.
Wait.
You just have to go through Wittenberg.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a fort back there. Yeah, so Wittenberg.
So you can go to Foland.
Wittenberg, Fochtland. Yeah, I see.
I don't know why his fort is in Erz instead of Saxon, but okay.
Right. Well, he needs to be recruiting. He's not recruiting. He's making cannons for some reason. He needs to recruit the mercs and get into position really quickly. He wants to take this defensive fight. Whenever someone gives you an opportunity for a defensive fight, you take it. All right. The entire meta of EU4 warfare is trying to take advantage fights, which means defensive fights, just to get that defensive hidden bonus, which is that every time a aggressive stack
it's assaulting
retreat, yeah, but it makes sense. I also prefer just assaulting.
Safety, yeah. I mean, if he gets this fort in Thuringen, I think he's basically pretty secure.
Yeah,
right?
He already has sufficient.
He's gonna be able to siege out Oberpfalz.
Yes, 10 from battles, 11 from things. He's gonna tick. He's gonna tick to 50 if he stands here. But he's being greedy here, going to Oberpfalz for some reason.
I think Oberpfalz is an easy fort. It's gonna be quite difficult for Orc to punish this, I think, if Peteair moves correctly. Since he has access to so much of Orc's country, because Orc does not have a fort in Dresden, right?
Yeah, or in
Peteair can
Württemberg.
quite easily cut off reinforcements coming down. I mean, it is. We could say it is greedy, but I find it hard to disagree with this because it is the intuitive move.
Yeah.
Moving on to Brunswick, though, not sure about that. I would think standing in Brunswick, Leipzig, Foland would be my play of choice here in this position.
Okay, I think I finally have time to explain the defender's advantage. So, despite the obvious, either you have a terrain penalty for your opponent, -1 because the hills or woods, -2 eventually if it's mountains. There's also the river crossing, but there's a hidden defender's advantage, which is that whenever your defending units retreat and get switched out for other defending units, your opponent keeps shooting on the units that have retreated. Whereas when the attacker retreats...
Wait a second, Orc can cover Anhalt, right?
Can cover Anhalt.
No, he can't walk to Leipzig, never mind.
Whereas when the attacker retreats, your defending units shoot on the new, freshly arrived units. And that means that the casualties that are being dealt to the retreating units, they look like they are effective kill casualties, but they are not. And they are especially completely wasted moral damage, which means that you can think of it as having 4%. I guess we typically just say 4% less effective discipline, but we should probably state it more in a question of increased combat ability on your troops.
Peteair's not reacting to this though. If Orc was fast, he could have assaulted it already. Like Peteair's still not reacting. But I guess he's waiting for the assault. He's only 2 provinces.
It's not just that, but there's no force march, right?
Yeah, I mean, force march is a matter of reacting. Once you react, you can force march. But the problem is he's not reacting to this at all.
Yeah, but even then, like, just taking that reaction to force march and everything, assaulting can go really fast. Like, normally you arrive on time.
7,800 garrison. Like,
but if you just march from this to, like, even now, if he just assaults and the other guy just march, it is possible.
This is the time to go.
It is possible to 2 less cannons. It is possible to arrive
no reaction
too late.
I guess Peteair is content with ticking and overfalls. Like, he doesn't want to fuck it up.
Well, here he gets a free defensive fight. I would take that.
I know. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would take that any day, especially after the disease outbreak.
Let's not go overboard with the disease outbreak.
Well,
there's 200 more troops for him, and he should be he has vision, so he can count. He knows that he has 200 more. So you always take the defensive fight. Now, meanwhile, Peteair is looking pretty grim. You actually probably need to start exploiting your manpower.
For Orc.
Yeah.
You need to start being much more creative, and
you probably don't have good can stacks anymore.
Like, you have to go for this fight in overfalls.
No, you actually somewhat.
It's too late for that, though. But
yeah. He put it in Urs' fort, which is a grasslands on the back line. Like, that's definitely not where you want it. Right. Well, looks like.
I mean, another thing you can do is to go assault.
Oh wait, he's attacking? Oh no, it looks like he's attacking, but he's going to Leipzig.
Wait, he can walk to Leipzig?
He can walk to Leipzig apparently, so that's a good move. But it's going to be difficult to reinforce if battles are being taken.
Okay, no, there's friendly zone of control from Brunswick. He just can't go to Leipzig from the other side. Then this battle at Leipzig is automatically lost if Peteair notices this.
Yes, I agreed. That's what I'm saying. You take here, you can take take 1 engage build, but multiple fights, you're always going to win the main battle by taking the battle in the secondary. But I mean, here, no matter what you do with Peteair, you win the battle because your troop advantage is so massive.
I mean, it looks like
he's already at 50%, huh? So, well, taking that territory actually reduces. He's going for it in Leipzig, which if his best general. Yes, I think that is his best general, 6-5. So that's a big advantage.
So yeah, Orc has to assault, but he's not. No, he's walking through to Brunswick to reinforce, but this reinforcement will be way too slow.
Yeah,
he has to assault in unhalt. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't think there was a need to give up the position like to begin with. Why not just stand in Brunswick? Well, what is this? Okay, this guy's.
Yeah, well, he notices. That's good.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Still no consolidate here. After every fight, consolidate, mass recruit your mercs, get them back into position. Peteair attacking, taking the defensive fight.
Oh, this is actually dangerous because he can get.
Now he could get cut off and lose this fight. Yes.
Is he going? Yeah, he is going, but Orc should not be.
Slightly too late though. Like
actually, it doesn't really matter. Yes, okay, good, very good. So Peteair takes position in Brunswick now, so now he can path reinforcements through Brunswick. And
but that's because this other vanguard is
that's
here.
even better. Like, well, it's slightly worse, I guess. But it doesn't really matter since he is winning.
We assault this. We take this. Yeah, -1 now in this fight. He also has a worse general, so it's never happening. And the stab hits are starting. Yes. Well, I mean, you could still try and outplay your opponent. You could still try exploiting dev.
it's quite difficult to.
It's going to be very difficult to come back from this position. It's, especially, we'll see, like, if.
Why can't I walk from Wittenberg? Because of hostile COC. It works in your land because it's occupied your forts.
What Peter should be doing when he sees he's winning all these fights and he has commandos available is he should already put into position and just assault, completely making sure there is no way to come back. Like, he could have taken Bold, Berlin, and Altmark during this time, and that wins 100% wins the war. Then just mass recruit, do his classical logistics. Yeah.
Because of friendly zone of control from Altmark.
Alright. Oh, I guess they surrendered. Well, congratulations to Peteair. He is now
1450.
1-0 in this group versus Orcinspace. Oh yeah, writing the date in case of tiebreakers.
Yeah. So yeah, let's record scores now.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem with the time. It's like random.
Well, that's a secondary tiebreaker. That tiebreaker will only matter if the win rates for each side is exactly 50%.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I actually think we're not gonna have that many. Forts are weird, agreed, but you need to learn the rules, and then it's never gonna make a lot of sense instinctively during the war, but you can at least somewhat rationally try to think about it and predict where you can and cannot go. But yeah, alright, I think we can go back to the main channel.
Yeah.
Hello guys.
Hello.
Hey.
GG.
GG.
Alright, congratulations, Peter.
You have the very first win of this tournament.
Hello.
What a god.
What a god indeed.
What a god. So, you're in the lead. Everyone else is behind you.
And this MMR is going way up. Yikes. Yikes.
I could have gone better. Both sides, I think.
Yeah, I definitely know I made a few pretty big mistakes in there. Like getting the policies
Yeah.
right and going onto that fort at the very start in the first place. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you were taking aggressive fights for some reason, like to... Seems
Yeah,
you're
I never
impatient.
I never wanted to go onto the overstick fort. I misclicked or something and walked away. I wanted to stand on Groningen.
Yeah. I think Peteair played pretty well, though, so... Like, good setup. Your setup was not, like, suboptimal, but still competitive, let's say. Peter's setup was perfect, I think. And
Basically ideal, yeah.
yeah, and the moves were just fine. Like there was not a lot of need for tactical play, since
Yeah,
you basically
it gave me too much.
he
I
gave you
didn't
too
have
much
to do
wins.
anything,
Yeah,
because you were so aggro.
exactly. It's a typical thing where when a lesser experienced player fights a more experienced player, the lesser player experience typically loses patience, takes offensive fight, and then it's very simple. As the other player, you just take that defensive fight, you're almost guaranteed to win it, except really a lot of random RNG. And then what you can do is you can just instantly push a couple of forts, which in the first engagement you did not manage to push any forts, so that can be improved. But after that you started assaulting quickly. So that was fine. Though I would say it was like very, like, imagine
The
how
first
greedy you
engagement
were.
was me not playing these 1v1s in like 2 weeks now, and I forgot how to like reset after a fight.
Yeah.
Just my brain froze, and it took way too long to like get my stacks back in order.
Yeah, it's understandable.
For my second match ever of this format, I think that was okay.
Whereas in Orcinspace, you really need to sort of try and reset faster, get back in position with your cannon stacks as soon as possible to
I
be
ended
like.
up consolidating them on accident at some point.
That too, yeah. After every battle, you need to consolidate everything as you are retreating. You can't wait for them to arrive. You need to do it as they are retreating, so that you can recruit mercs faster. Because you could have actually punished. You go ahead.
Yeah, I was pretty slow, I think.
No, you were. I don't think you were slow. Like, not optimal, but definitely not slow. But no, I was mostly thinking like at some point you had random cannon for the K cannon stack just aggressively sieging, and I'm like, oh my god, what is this?
I was moving like manpower troops off the cannon stack.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
it was quite safe though. I don't think
it was safe. That is true. But imagine like any other circumstance that happens, it's guaranteed wipe on your cannons. Yeah. So, or you just make sure that you, as soon as any battle ends, consolidate everything. Right? Either you have a big stack, you can group everything, consolidate everything, or if your little stats are retreating because you lost the battle, then you have to select them as they are losing. Just click, and you can do this with the what's it called? With the interface ledger thing.
Is there a way to rebind hotkeys? Because reaching all the way over the K is a bit annoying.
Yeah, it's.
Jaron's making like a mod or something. I don't know.
He's making a program for it.
Or
I don't know how useful it will be. I imagine it will be standard tech later on.
Yeah,
because I think it'd be quite useful to have a hotkey to detach mercs.
Yes, that's mostly the hotkey we're looking for.
Well, we also want to rebind consolidate regiments because I don't want to hit K. That's a terrible
K.
I mean, that's not that difficult. Like,
you want to rebind them to like ASDF or QWER.
Yeah, you want QWERTY or ASDF, yeah. But I mean, that's not too.
Is there hotkey on A? A is attached, right? Which does nothing. Yeah, no, A is attached to boats. S is split.
A is attached to boats, get transported. Yeah,
D doesn't do anything.
But yeah.
Oh no, D is detached siege. Okay, that's already. What does F do? F is fine province. Okay, that's fucking useless.
No, F is not fucking useless. Are you kidding me?
That's the one that you don't need on F. You can put that on L. No one gives a shit, right?
Well, it's. Oh yeah, but no. It's because I have the Belgium keyboard, and Belgium for some reason one of the only countries with a ZERTY keyboard.
Oh, right.
So I was like, F.
It's even more useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does R do? Oh wait, QWERTY is map modes, right? Okay, so we can't really rebind those.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, true. I guess.
All right.
So I guess G is G does something. What does G do?
G is pretty important.
Oh yeah, G is merge stacks. Yeah, G is pretty important.
Of course, G is important.
Yeah, I haven't played in a while. Lel.
Yes, it's good that you're gonna have your match now.
So are we playing now, or is someone else up?
Are you guys playing now?
I mean, since we're here, we can just play the rest of the matches unless some other match is up. Because it depends on whether you guys are tired or not. Since I'm pretty tired, but I can go whenever.
I could do mine, but that's fine. I have time on Friday if you're free.
I'm free pretty much all evenings, I guess, barring surprises.
Easy Serenade doing nothing.
I did a practice 1 against.
I have. I should have my match with Blitz either on Thursday or Friday evening.
Okay, so what happens if I can't get in contact with one of the people who I'm supposed to play against?
So I'm supposed to help with that, I guess. Like I'll announce everything.
Yeah.
Supposedly, but like I'm garbage at doing this and I hate doing this. But I guess I'll do it anyway.
No, that's fine.
Oh, dash guy.
Mr. Bach, you want to do a game since you're here? Just like.
Anyway, if we don't.
So.
how about we do a 2v2?
2v2.
Yeah,
just a friendly, a non-tournament, just a friendly 2v2.
Yeah. Well, that was a suggestion I put up in the chat earlier. How do you feel about a 2v2 but with both people in the same country?
Same country? Yikes.
Like, there's no need for that.
Yeah, because there's not enough troops to manage here. Like, we could merge 2 countries and try it then.
There's no real point then, just play the 4 countries.
Yeah, that's that point, there's no point.
Yeah. Well, there is somewhat of a point. It's just to, create a certain challenge, something that is unusual. Might be entertaining, both people try to react to control the same army and then end up completely getting wiped everywhere.
Yeah, that would be a bit silly.
But what do we do?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I guess
know
actually my mouse is completely fucked up, so
yeah,
maybe it's
same,
not.
but it doesn't really affect my gameplay. Like,
Well, it does affect my gameplay. My mouse randomly unresponsive. I tried playing a Dota game, like that was a very bad idea. But
yeah, my mouse is fucked now, but it's still playable, I think.
yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think I'm gonna get a better mouse anytime soon, so we'll just roll with it.
All right. Well, I guess you host Serenade if people are up for it.
Okay, sure. So are we going, Peteair, or what?
I'm down.
Okay,
If
let's
you,
go
if you
then.
don't mind.
Yeah, I'd like to wait so I don't get knocked out on the first day of the tournament.
No, but it's probably a good idea. Just like review the footage and look at some other people playing and try to figure out. Also, one other thing, like since this is a tournament setup, if you're really down to the last straw, you need something. Exploit your manpower and try to push your opponent out.
Is this written somewhere? But what are the rules on a tiebreak if it's just 1-1-1-1-1? Like if everybody just wins one game?
There's like we Serenade and me are still thinking about exactly what to do, but I think we're gonna have some sort like we thought about different rules. None of them are very fair, but yeah, it's still up for debate.
Robin, and then if it's
still
still
up for
1-1-1 after that, just another one.
Yeah, that's the
Let's just
problem.
keep
That
going.
is the problem. But yeah, we'll see about. Oh wait, maybe the actual tiebreaker rule should be whoever got declared on, because that's the most sizable advantage. Because we were thinking about doing a rule depending on if you're playing Berlin or Amsterdam, if there's a sizable difference between the win rates of two countries.
You can still have 1-on-1 that way, where every winner has the same declared on status. So
yeah, but it could be
the level of tiebreaker.
It could be like a deciding factor.
Yeah.
We're already reducing the chances of.
True.
Like we could have like a.
What could I improve in my setup? You said it was maybe a little bit suboptimal.
Yeah, your setup was a little bit suboptimal. So you took a bit too long to get the estates everywhere. First of all, your fort setup was not as it should be. You had one fort that was very strange in somewhere in grasslands or farmlands, Bohemia, instead of in woods or higher. But mostly your advisors were not of EPP variant, so you couldn't improve them, which means you didn't get 555 from the start, and you didn't get the manpower advisor from like as soon as possible. So you could have gotten a little bit more manpower. You had like 50k total less manpower. Sorry.
Right. Good stuff.
The advisors not being primary culture, is that I think that's only a Berlin issue, right?
Yeah, it's only for Berlin for some reason.
It's only for Berlin.
No, I think everyone.
Because
I think everyone has day one a bad, like, terrible advisors.
None of the day one advisors were right culture. So
I thought everyone
Amsterdam
has advisors of the land's old culture before they all became EPP.
No, I think Amsterdam has the right culture. So like
Yeah,
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam's the right culture, everything.
Really?
But Berlin doesn't. That's
So it is
to
a pretty
fix
big
that.
advantage.
Well,
It's not really that big of an advantage.
Like it's
1
not
month of
huge,
manpower.
but it makes a
like
difference.
you need to re-roll on Amsterdam as well for the manpower guy.
You get 2 military points, I
there's
guess.
2 extra mil points.
if you're unlucky, it could be more. If you don't get the right advisors immediately.
No, because no matter what, you don't get your right one. You always hire an EPP one the next month
The next
and get them
deck you
2 plus
get
5.
one, then you're
You get the
fine.
5 culture.
Regardless of what
Okay,
advisor,
who do you
you get
wanna
them 2
play?
plus 5.
Peteair.
I don't care. I'll do Berlin because I did the Amsterdam.
Can we have more people hop in an observer now?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, yeah. It's just a friendly match.
Wait, is this friendly? I thought this is an actual match.
I don't know. Like it can be friendly. I don't care.
Well,
If it's actual,
Well, I thought you guys were tired and didn't want to play the
No,
actual.
it's fine. We can just play the actual match. It doesn't really matter because it's not like I'm super on form when I'm serious. It's the same.
Serenade.
Like I'm just a random noob, so you don't need to like be super informed to play a tournament or anything.
All right. Then we're doing the official.
Serenade with the host advantage, though. Oof.
Okay.
Are you gonna change the save once 1.26 comes out or no?
It
The
doesn't
what?
matter.
Change the save for?
1.26.
Oh yeah,
No, we're just
probably
gonna
updated.
roll back.
Alright.
Well, if
Like
if
after
we're
the
hosting-
tournament.
if we're hosting a next iteration of the tournament, oh well, in the
Like,
future we're probably gonna update it.
No. Well, if there's another tournament, this tournament is just always gonna happen on this patch. Like, who knows what new bugs they're gonna introduce and stuff. Right now, we have a pretty good understanding of.
If new bugs, then it makes more sense that we need to get used to new bugs for practicing all the long.
Well,
Also, we can try out new
Debatable.
battlefields. Like we don't have to have battlefields in this place. Like it's gonna get boring if everyone fights at this place 24.
yeah, but we're already gonna do that after the group stage. We're already gonna spice things up. Have IDs.
yeah.
But
Ooh.
right now, let's make
We're
it
gonna
the
move
Berlin Amsterdam
battlefield to
show.
Other places in the playoffs.
Yeah. All right. Everyone observe.
Is it
Ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, Subaraka here too. Good stuff.
Oh, there is a save. Fuck. Right, you updated. I forgot about that. The Vaucland fort is
It's less good, but still in a good defensive position. So.
Yeah, Fallen fixed now. And
Not
Hessen as well.
not a mandatory fort like before.
Falkland was OP before.
Oh, by the way, I was playing on Amsterdam and I had advisors of the wrong culture, so it's
Yeah.
not just Berlin.
No.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I just
Like,
think
I
you
was
can
checking
have
it,
on
like-
every.
Like I was checking my.
Like I
I
tried
think
like 4
I'm an
games
advisor.
on Amsterdam, and every time I got the right ones, and on Berlin, and 2 games I
I
think
mean, I got most of the
wrong
right
ones.
ones, but there were some that were
Random
not
and
the
I've
right
just
ones.
been lucky.
Well, I know Crane starts with the wrong one because I always play Crane. Like number of times I've done setup with Amsterdam 0. Number of times I've done setup with Berlin 0.
Wrong.
I've only like number of times I've done setup with probably
Amsterdam,
0. Number of times I've set up Crane like more than 10, and I did Grotno once.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Sabaka, are you ready up?
I'm like it's 99% kind
He's loading. He's loading.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Well, you
So I
guys.
guess someone else can commentate with this thing while I mess up my country as usual.
Okay, Sabaka can come in with the banter.
Sure,
Okay.
but you're all welcome, huh? In the commentary chat.
Some
just
people
need to
don't
make
have
sure
the
that
rights to join them.
these people here. I'm also going to be paying extra attention to Merc abuse on Serenade side.
really?
Yes, really, because despite his, trying to pretend he's lawful good, Serenade actually exploits that all the time.
I mean, I have 1 correct culture advisors and 2 wrong culture advisors. I don't
Oh,
know how
right,
this
trying
is.
to divert attention. Okay, well, good luck to both of you,
Yeah.
and I'll be going to the commentary chats.
Okay.
Okay.
Monkey Man wants me to review Starter News streaming stuff, but yeah, no, Monkey Man, I'll just edit at some points. I'll do a recap. Like we're gonna try and do some upper production a little bit, and have like a recap of the defining moments of the fights and what could have been improved and so on. All right, let's see. Is anyone joining me? Yes, Sabraka. Hey.
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. How about you?
Not bad. I have class in like a couple hours, so this is
What? Aren't you? A couple of hours? You mean like 10 hours? Is that?
no, like 3 hours, something like that.
But you're a sir.
No, well, like, technically yes, but I live in the States.
Technically a Serb.
Yay!
Hey.
There we go.
Okay.
Sometimes
So
my
Serenade doing edicts first.
Berlin is doing estates. I think edicts are probably easier. Well, maybe because there's fewer buttons to click.
yeah, I think estates is also probably more important.
Well, estates, if you do it through the macro builder, are pretty easy as well, though.
I would say the first thing you do is recruit your mercs, which Serenade has not done. He's already switched to. Wait. maybe I should first. Okay, no. Peteair is on Berlin. Serenade this time on Amsterdam for our second match. It's the same group. It's group of 3, by the way. I forgot to say that on the second stream because the first stream is not on. So Peteair is already ahead. If he wins here, he passes through because it's 2 people advance out of each group of 3. Or if a Serenade wins, then we can maybe get into a tie or anything. Serenade should be favored, but I've thought Peteair played quite well, so we could have an upset here. I think. What would you guys think of Peteair's performance an hour ago?
I think Peteair did okay.
Pretty well roll, except for the whole not getting reinforcement stacks in on time.
Right, on that very first battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also did not reinforce with the correct, like he didn't engage with correct general, whereas he would always win that battle if he had his 6-5 general, I think it was. He had a 4-6, so that's like the difference in quality is enormous. That's almost, let's say, like a 10% difference in efficiency. Maybe a bit less, but a lot.
Berlin doesn't have edicts yet. Amsterdam doesn't have the icon.
Amsterdam.
The icon isn't too important.
Icon is very important. It gives 10% moral recovery.
Icon, for the time that it takes to activate it, it's one of the best.
Yeah,
I think
It doesn't take much time, which is why you can leave it towards the end of the month. The edicts you kind of have to do instantly.
No, I think you want to do the first things you want to do are the advisors and the. But I'm gonna say I can't actually talk as we're all.
Do you not want to do generals first, by the way? Like instantly before
No.
the month tick.
no, you don't have enough military points.
No,
You do if you take a step.
you do
if
if
you
you
take
put
these states.
everything.
Okay, true.
Because you don't want the month
that
to
is
tick,
true.
because then you want to roll all 5 generals with the 80% army or the 80 army tradition, right? Like
Actually, you're very right because the biggest difference is the hitting that bracket.
yeah. Like
Yeah, the
waiting for
bracket.
the
You're
month tick is
absolutely
actually
right. Hitting the bracket is massively important. So that's probably the very first thing you want to do is max the estates, get 200 military points, and instantly Serenade is doing it. By the way,
Yeah.
taking right now. I'm also going to unpause because like we can't talk unfortunately on all observers. But no,
Serenade is not focusing on melee yet.
Paused.
He also went straight to the discipline advisor.
He didn't have
Did he?
manpower. You could see that he's trashed all the other advisors.
Right. Oh, that's unlucky.
Peteair is just now doing edicts.
I thought you had the advisors preset since I got the same ones both games.
Probably need to make an edict map at some point.
yeah, I am gonna need like a clock for other matches at some point, I guess.
What's the timer?
Edict
No,
map
like
is one of the best maps in
Okay,
the game.
Serenade is saying I had to give Perp and Orc rights to the channel, so he needs a little bit more time.
Yeah.
That's understandable. We'll give him that excuse. But yeah, so you're absolutely right. They didn't even think about that, but that is actually crucial. By hitting the bracket of the 80 army tradition, you get like almost even one leader pip on average more.
Because I saw a couple of people not doing it, and I was kind of confused because I wasn't sure if it was the meta or not to do it. But I
No,
don't see why it wouldn't.
I honestly did not consider that at all. So that you're like that is by definition then the most important thing you can do. It's almost guaranteeing better generals than Serenade them. So and he has a 6-4 and a 6-3 distinct and 6. Let's see.
So, like, the 80 military tradition just gives you a tiny bit more percent chance to get that one from the previous bracket and a tiny bit more percent chance to get one from the new bracket. It's 80 is not that big. Like
no, it is. No. The way
bigger than 78 to 79, but still not.
But that's not exactly how it. Because we had this discussion with Jarvin about how to calculate army tradition really effectively, and it's sort of counterintuitive the way you think about it. But basically, every point of tradition is worth so much more whenever you jump. So if you jump from 79.9 to 80, that's a massive jump. Whereas if you go from 60 to 79.9, it's not that impactful.
So going from 60 to 79.9 increases the chance of you getting that fourth by 19%. But
Yeah.
going from 79 to 80 only increases by 1%.
No.
Is it by brackets or does it go?
No, it's by brackets. It's by brackets.
brackets completely.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, then yeah.
Okay, then the wiki must be wrong, because that's not what the wiki says.
You have to look very specific. Okay, but let's quickly go through their manpower thing.
I just want to point out, it took Peteair a good
And like
several months to get the right advisors with culture and everything, so that he could.
Yeah, same here for Serenade.
Same with Serenade.
Only now. But they have 555. He has no military focus.
He's not focused.
What is he doing?
They only recently focused mil, at least for Peteair.
Yeah.
He does not have the correct advisors though, Peteair. For some reason, even
Serenade still hasn't focused on mail.
Yeah, his setup was perfect last time, but now the advisors are wrong. Also, we'll see if they remember to get that moral advisor just in case. Serenade doesn't seem to have thought about that.
Well, he does have a force limit level 5 and a discipline level 5, so I'd say that he has been doing advisor stuff.
Yeah, no, but he doesn't, like, it's the super next level thing of what if your discipline advisor dies.
Of course.
Okay, now Peteair needs to get that manpower advisor. Let's see his edicts, everything right, estates, everything right. Let's see where they built forts, which is very interesting. Did Marchen?
Peteair still has no edicts on. Oh no, he does, never mind.
Okay, that fort is actually, the Oberst forts, that one is also very important. Lonenburg, Altmark-Anhalt, Berlin. I like all these forts. All these forts are good. I probably put one in Thuringen instead of Fortland, because Fortland is less important, and you want one in Dresden instead.
In Luxembourg and...
He's missing some forts, though.
Yeah, he's missing 2 forts.
So you should put that one in Thuringen, the other one in Dresden, and then put one almost wherever, like Rostock or Radoki in Prague or something.
Is building in a fort in the capital actually?
It's because you can build like 9 forts, I think the rule is, and might as well build one in Berlin. Basically, like you don't really need the 9th one, so.
I guess, yeah.
I think with Amsterdam you might need them.
For Amsterdam you need it definitely, I think.
Alright, he put it in Holland. Makes sense. Ulm, yeah, that's a good one.
Serenade finally has a male focus.
Those two are right next to each other, Metz and Luxembourg.
Oh, Serenade just got some really good generals. 6-4, 6-4, 6-3, 6-3.
The 6-4 was there from the start?
Yeah, he has all 6s, so
yeah.
He is very happy indeed. He can take engagements with 4 battles, is what this means. More likely than not, but we still have to compare it to what the opponent has. He doesn't yet know. So far, there's no competition. Serenade very ahead.
For those generals in my 1-on-1 against Monkey Man.
Wait, you already have that?
No, I practiced 1v1.
Okay.
It's like I couldn't throw anything better than a 6-3 and a 6-2. Meanwhile, Monkey Man is just.
It happens. Like when I was fighting the 2s, I got nothing after 10 general rerolls. Nothing better than a Serenade. Like.
Yeah.
If that happened, it's pretty bad, but okay. Both are
literally half of why I lost.
Yeah. Both are doing a pretty good setup. It was slightly suboptimal, but you know. Alright, it's like a couple of maybe 10k manpower lost on both sides compared to the theoretical ideal. Now, universities constructed here. No embargoes yet on Berlin. Did he remember to put the rivals that he did? That's good. And embargoes here, Spy Network, yes. Right. Universities, yes. And is he... Alright, Amsterdam not yet developed anything. Berlin a little bit. We'll see if they remember to do this. I think both insulted. I didn't pay attention last match, but I think both did insult.
Berlin did not. He's missing the...
No, not yet, but both did insult in last war. Both insulted at the start of the war, as it should be in January. Like in January, you want 2 diplomats available.
Think, okay, yeah, it would be insulting someone else. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you need to insult someone else.
Berlin's best general is named Purple, as it should be with Kappa.
5-6 is pretty good. It's pretty good. He's actually not been lucky there. Like 5-2, 4-5 is the second best. 5-6 is very under. Yeah, but I mean, could have been something. Now he really needs a better one. Hopefully next batch. But next batch is already less likely to give better generals because you lost a little bit of arming tradition.
Yeah.
Still, you have to try. Serenade making stacks of 50 banned.
That's I don't get that, man. That's one of the things he does. Why not just make it 41 if he's?
Why 41?
I have no
so you
clue.
know, just so you know who the mercs are.
I have no clue. This is okay. No, I do have a clue. This is 100% an exploit strat. Like that's the only reason for it.
It's the only explanation.
3-3.
All right, I'll be checking how many he has. All right.
Yeah, Serenade has 350.
350. So he has one less than ideal. There you go.
So,
Now, I also just want to address that they are stealthy, something I have not addressed. But the correct play, unless you're like Uber God, is to just treat them as any other manpower. Well, even if you're an Uber God, because all manpower has to go to cannons, basically. You need to make sure that you can win the first battle. And for that, you need to have 1.3k troops, 1.2k, of which 1.250 are recruited.
So you said
yes?
that the ideal amount is 351 mercs.
351, yes.
So that's actually like if you can make 9 stacks of 39 mercs. That's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, but you don't want to make random stacks. You want to.
But it sounds like 41 or 50. You can make just 9 full stacks of 39 and just do that if you want.
Yeah, but
you should probably turn off the ledger, by the way, or tell Serenade for next time.
Right, right. We keep forgetting that. That's really important.
That's true.
All right.
Berlin does have 351.
I think the big name for I think Simon was talking about this was hiring a morale advisor.
Yes.
For the first battle.
And then
no, I disagree.
Yeah. I don't know why he said it. I remember there was something that he said.
Because
for the
when
initial,
you switch to the discipline, like once the initial stack comes in, when you switch the discipline, it doesn't lose morale, I think.
Oh, okay. It means like that. But
so the very, very initial engagement stack is going to have plus 10% morale.
You instantly swap out for the discipline when the battle starts. Yeah, but that's some like 2 next level because I think
that's 26 D chess, yeah, like that's.
I think what you want to do is you want to keep the manpower as long as possible and then switch. And since there's 1 month, like minimum length, higher period, whatever you want to call it, that you can't switch, you want to be careful with that. I'd be very, very excited to see if anyone actually pulls out some unit cycling in the tournament at some point.
I don't think we have enough troops for that. Like, pretty sure it works for armies of like 1 million or more, but...
Well, yeah, we start with 1 million more. We don't have enough mercs, I think.
Yeah, but that could be 1 million in one single battle.
Yeah.
Which is...
Oh, wait.
Built up a markup? No, he didn't.
No, it's
like
okay.
He did, but like 351 is the cap.
I can't write. Someone message him. That 351 is okay.
Why doesn't my message go through though?
No, you can't write in game when your observer. It doesn't work, so you have to PM. But it's fine. It's fine. He already saw that. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, it looks like pretty good setup. I don't think there's much to say. We just need to make sure that they'll remember. Serenade is always harping. Remember the most important stuff: your policies, your advisor, and get your troops in a good position as well. One thing that Peteair, we didn't mention, but could have improved on, is that his troops, some of his troops are not in position for perfect reinforcements. So he has like stragglers left in the rest of his country. He didn't need them versus Orc, but he should definitely be needing them against Serenade, unless Serenade does his traditional walk 190k manpower without a leader, without cannons into your opponent cannon stack.
Yeah.
Oh, right, and there is drilling going on from Serenade on his cannons.
Really?
Yeah.
And everything matters. I actually thought that...
Yeah, if you have time for it, that's pretty good.
I think you want to instantly start, actually. The very first moves should basically be the estate into hiring your generals, into setting up your day one advisors or your month one advisors, and then into drilling everything you have at the start. You don't have cannons yet, so you just buy the you start drilling whatever troops you have recruited. Maybe the Strelsties, I guess. Not that that matters a lot, but alright. Peteair already with an 82k. I guess those are mercs, so it doesn't really matter. He made 31k merc stacks since he has 82, which is a technique that some people use to differentiate their merc stacks from their infantry stacks. You can see it's 41, but it's shattered almost instantly as soon as you take any fight, because your comps disappear, like, so you won't be able to tell the difference afterwards. And
You can just build your merc template to 41.
That's what they're doing. Yeah.
Stab hit.
But as soon as the battle is taken and you consolidate and group everything,
Right.
then it's...
Peteair just took a random stab hit. I don't know what from. His stability went down. His ruler is still the same for age 41.
Yeah, I think there is something you can do to reduce your stab.
If he has the nobility disaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, that's it.
And then you can increase stab for funds, in case you need it for absolutism later on. But you shouldn't, because you actually want those. How are they deving? They have not deved at all.
Serenade has not deved, yeah.
Yeah, neither of them have deved at all.
Yeah,
A
what do you
big mistake.
Think about decreasing war exhaustion, because that's minus absolutism but plus manpower.
Yeah, you do decrease here. You definitely decrease, and your absolutism is very high. Like there's no problem. But typically there are not enough fights for there to be, like, the war is generally over before war exhaustion kicks in.
Well, the important part of the war is over, yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think if you look at some of the wars where I was losing at first, I do make like a much longer stand than some other people. I think there are ways to try and get back and try and make it a clown fiesta, where it's very hard for your opponents. We haven't yet sort of gotten any of those games where the late game becomes funky because all organization breaks down. Your cannon stacks are fucked. You only have like one cannon stack or two cannon stacks, and you're trying to do whatever you can, and it's constant fight into constant fight because you're already getting stab hits and so on. Like, but there are ways to try and come back using the defender's advantage. Well, we're soon going to be starting. I think Serenade is already starting to... He's making 75k. Yeah. He's trying to greed so hard, this Serenade. Alright. I'm curious how he does his policies. And how he does the manpower.
Because he gets an extra 40 merc stack, right, out of this? Since he went up to...
Well...
Oh, you're thinking like that. Yeah. That's definitely one of the arguments, is you want to greed as much as possible with your other cannon stacks to try and get that extra merc stack reinforcing before your manpower troops.
Yeah.
In the main battle.
He managed to get it, so it's a pretty good strategy apparently.
Yeah, so you can see Serenade saying he doesn't have time to think about things, practice nonsense. Just pure garbage.
Oh, so Peteair enacted his morale policies early.
That's probably fine.
And that is smart.
That's fine.
Yeah, but then now.
Oh,
he's not
he
in
took
force
all his
march.
policies, so that's not optimal. But I think optimal scenario is at least get the two moral
yeah, from force
policies
march.
in December.
Yep.
And then you get the ticket, you can instantly put Force March. Now, I don't really like Peter's starting positions
yeah.
for his cannon stacks and for the thing. But
Where is he playing the declare? Like,
I can.
if he plans to go for East Frisia, he needs to get in position.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can understand that if you get East Frisia, you're happy no matter what. But
Yeah.
if your opponent declares a Nassau, like Nassau is not a position you want to fight around no matter what.
No,
You always want to take the fight to East Frisia, and then once you get an advantage, come back to Nassau. It's a bit stressful because you're getting the war goal occupied, but something I think is optimal. Still no war. Okay, 22. Whoever got it, let's see.
East Frisia.
East Frisia. Okay, that's
Yeah.
actually a good. Oof, my mouse. Okay. He's instantly moving to get back into position. I like what Serenade's doing, going to answer.
Serenade's already positioning, yeah.
Yeah, and
So, I
taking
think-
those sovereign parts against basically saying, well, fine, you get the war goal. I don't need to overreact. I can occupy your lands and reduce your, like, get a bit of a weird position.
Orcinspace's a really good position for a Vanguard to be sitting in.
That's true. Now, Serenade's troops are okay. He's trying to reposition everything. Serenade doing pretty well so far.
I think 75 mercs on the front line is actually a really bad idea, because once the first front line goes away, you only have 35. So you have to reinforce like immediately.
But you're reinforcing immediately, almost no matter
Yeah.
what. But I do think this greed is a bit too much. Like, the reason why you want at least 2 times, not just because of potential. Okay, well, Serenade instantly notices 1 stack. Never put your reinforcement
Did he have
stack.
infiltrate on? No, he didn't.
No, he just
he
did
just
footsies to
Serenade was
explore.
discovered.
Yeah. So he just saw the stack and went.
Yeah, and it's probably manpower.
And
Yep.
Peteair is going to be able to infiltrate administration in 2 months.
It's
Yeah,
also a wipe.
yeah, but that's better. Okay, well, that's a good engagement there by Serenade. Let's check the the generals. Generals are bad, terrible for Peter. Whereas they are
Serenade didn't turn off the force march until the turn of the month.
really good here.
Serenade still needs his 5 discipline policies and shit.
Oh, Peteair attacking. That's 5-6 into 6-4. So Serenade putting inferring gun as you
He's not really
should.
in position either. To the. Okay. So
Yeah.
Serenade's taking steering gen.
that's.
So there's 2 offensive fights here for Peter, right?
Peteair needs to start reinforcing.
Okay, is he gonna make it on time, Serenade?
Serenade has to
He did it. Serenade's
There it
line
is.
broke
Oof.
behind, but there's no reinforcements. Like if come on,
Yes.
mate.
Peteair needs to go a bit faster.
If those troops here, he needs to basically
Serenade
window
has-
everything and move it because in EU needs to
Serenade
go
has 2
right now.
vanguards
Oh,
and
it's too
steering
late.
gen.
It's too late.
Yeah, descend and suck in the cannon
It's
stuff.
too late. His EU could have gone.
2-0 rules.
Serenade has 2 vanguards in steering gen. That's Peteair's chance to assault Moonstar.
Yeah, that definitely arrives too late, doesn't it?
No.
No. Oh yeah, it is. It's way too late.
Yeah, that's too bad though, because Serenade's line actually broke. Like he could have easily taken that battle. 5 less cannons. That is massive. Now he
Yeah,
actually going to
He's
lose.
gonna get wiped.
All right, let's see how the
Reinforcements.
no consolidates so far.
No, he needs to get out of this battle. I think the one in Thuringian. There is no real point to this
Yeah,
battle
there's
anymore.
It's
Yeah,
an
the
offensive
Wars General as
battle.
well.
Yeah, you're right.
Between the Wars General and everything else.
The more you send in, the just more war score you lose.
Yeah, and the more
Okay,
chance that he has.
he's stopping to retreat now. That's a good. All right, let's check out Serenade. Peter didn't like. He's not assaulting right now. It's a bit of a mistake. Whoa, what am I doing? But he doesn't have vision, so it's maybe understandable a bit scary. He does see both other cannon stacks up north, so he should definitely have assaulted that.
Neither of them have vision. Peteair got kicked out at like 39, I think.
What is this?
Wow,
No
that's
general
not-
stack in Thuringen, like. What is that?
Probably a consolidate stack or
Oh.
something.
trying to assault. Well, that's fancy not working. Because imagine if he sees that, like, and he sends this cannon stack into Thuringen. That's such an insane fight.
What cannon stack though? All of Peteair's armies are in Berlin.
I want to see if those are okay. Serenade notices the big army.
Yeah, I don't think that's the type of thing you do against.
And that's all manpower. That's gonna cost him a lot. He's now starting to recruit. They put the general on. Let's see him consolidate and mass recruit. Everything is being recruited. Everything is being consolidated. So very good logistics here from Serenade. He's getting a wall breached up north. So weird decision making by Peter. He has an opportunity for a defensive fight bottom. For some reason, he tries to assault. It backfired. Not only did he lose a battle, he lost 55 military points, which is a very sizable disadvantage.
Yeah.
Which means Serenade is at plus 11 from battles, quite a bit.
Yeah. Serenade has more troops now as well, plus manpower. Like his max strength is 1.12 million. Whereas if you look at Peteair, his max strength. Sorry, that's Peteair's max strength. If you look at Serenade,
alright, Serenade is now assaulting.
1.16 or so.
I like this decision. This is actually very impactful. Getting a single fort is utterly massive. It grants you so much control of more provinces, reducing your manpower recovery of your opponents. He wants to sit on that for quite a while. Alright, he needs to reorganize a little bit of his cannon stacks, because one of them has too many men. But still, so far pretty good. As expected, he has manpower on this 160k stack. Apart from that, is good stuff.
He's gonna lose cannons to attrition now.
And 120k behind that. Now, he still does not have vision, which is a bit unfortunate for him, because he can probably be more aggressive than what he thinks.
Wait a second. Okay, that's Crane. Alright, it's fine.
He has no manpower.
It's mouse.
There's a big stack in Griefswald. Needs to be merged.
What? I'm not roasting Serenade. I'm complimenting Serenade to the extent that it is possible.
Peteair has a 180 stack. Okay,
he split this, split everything, so everything looks good. He removed those manpower from his cannon stacks. And he didn't push, okay. I think Serenade is just gonna wait at this point for his opponent to do something. While he, at the very least, waits until he gets admit or vision on his opponent, whatever, infiltrates. That's what I would do if I'm in Serenade's position right now. Maybe advance, like 1 into Brunswick, 1 to Hanover. He's going for the war goal. That's fine too, just doing a little bit of movement, trying to make his opponent react. Something I often see is like this position. If you're Peter,
honestly, just get 1 merc and send it to East Frisia. Worst case scenario, use 1 merc.
No, I like the worst case, but I like the idea of sending an actual cannon stack just to try and trigger a reaction. Peteair really needs to start moving.
I mean, yes, if you can trigger a reaction, it's really good.
He's losing.
I don't think you can.
Oh, I think you can very often get reaction. Okay, Peter saw that he had too many troops. He's switching it up. He's not full mercs though. He needs to recruit those 28 mercs. Those are a lot of mercs. But a general is extremely important after every single fight. As soon as your cannon stack goes back to their, like as soon as they arrive to their retreating place, and you want to first of all retreat them to not let them shatter retreat, but you need to send them back to the front line, because you cannot let your opponents take any little provinces. Here Serenade really did not push, but they could have taken like 4 more provinces, at least occupy them. I would 100% have taken that Brunswick position. That position is quite good. I like his sending random 1k stacks up south, just to be annoying. There are no forts there, so you can actually, like, those lands are...
Yeah, that's like, you can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You can make it all.
Oh wait, there's a fight going on north? He actually has less and it's -1, but maybe he has better generals. No, he does not have better generals. He's yeah. Serenade is completely in position. Neither of them have vision, huh? That's both of them got lucky on the advisors. All right.
No, I think I saw Amsterdam have a level 1 or something by advisors. So
he's not going to.
Okay. So Serenade is very content. He's just gonna sit. He's gonna wait for infiltrate. He's maybe gonna do a push later if needed. But he's ticking. He needs a bit more, but he can get there if he just takes this out.
He wins on ticking all score right now, so he can just wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Peteair just had 5 generals and they're pretty much all 5 fire.
Oh.
Oh man.
He has a 6-4. That's pretty good.
That's the only one that's actually good.
Yeah, so he can only take like 1 battle, but I think that's as good as Serenade's, right? 6-4 for Serenade is best one.
Well, like Peteair has a 6-4 and 2 5-6s. Serenade has 6-4, 6-4, 6-3, 6-3.
Yeah.
Between the 6-3 and the 5-6, it's close, but I think the 6-3 still wins.
I think the 6-3 wins also. But it's okay, that was a good bait here. He takes a defensive fight in Bremen, which is really good. Oh, this mouse. For the love of God.
If he had better rolls, he could have potentially stack wiped him.
It would have been very... Oh, come on, what's going on? Shit, everything. What the hell?
Oh, and now Serenade's going to get his reinforcement stack squad.
Oh! Damn! Okay, no, bait by Serenade.
No. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's definitely... Yeah. No, he's super in position to reinforce, so there's just no way. It's too bad, like, that was a good fight. A bit of war score gained. I guess he's trying to take that, occupy just the space of the war goal, but I think this is a mistake.
Actually, I don't know. Like, Peteair is kind of winning this. Oh,
no, he's never gonna win this.
He's also reinforcing with the cannon.
He seems to retreat too late. In generally, like that 40k should have been sent way before. Like this is way too greedy. I think he's looking at reserves or something.
I think Peteair should have got
yeah, there you go. He arrives too late.
Well, he could.
He has infantry on the back line. He might not even see it.
I was a 2-day wipe in Hanover.
Yeah. This other stack gonna get wiped.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Serenade, because he just sees that he's winning this battle, he's setting in Vorkland. He should have sold it at this time. Neither of them have no development at all. Serenade's quite behind now, so he lost quite a bit of... He's only has 36 power projection.
At least he can win in Hanover. But
okay, Serenade's now assaulting.
Okay,
it's a bit too late compared to when it should be, but it's still fine. He needs to consolidate everything. He needs to send. Now, what I actually wanted from Peter was to ignore East Frisia and just reoccupy those provinces south. Those provinces south should not be occupied. And you want to try and make Serenade react to you, that he takes an offensive fight. I understand that it's a difficult position because you already lost a fort. You should probably, but that's because he reacted too slowly. Serenade did not assault that first fort, or not in any quick fashion, so he could always have reacted to Oberslitz, but he was too hesitant.
Peteair developed a bit, but it's a bit too late now.
Alright, yeah, it's actually a lot of score. Trading from battles and just the occupation in itself.
Yeah,
you can see that in the setup.
He just has to sit on East Frisia and he's won this, if he does.
Alright, let's look at the amount of troops though. There's 9.6k here and 1.6. So Serenade definitely a big advantage, but you have to try to do something. Alright, safe to say though that so far from anyone that we've seen in the duel series, Serenade did perform the best, unfortunately, I have to admit. 6-4 here, but why in...
How is he positioning to Hoya and Hanover?
Vorkland, ugh, terrible dice. 9 on the first dice for Serenade and 4 only for you.
Okay, that's
Could this be a
nice
wipe?
cannon. I no.
Okay, certainly not even gonna try. That Lunenburg, that's the fight you want to take. It's a
Yeah.
Woods fight if you can
I
take
think
that
he will
one.
be taking it.
Oh,
Okay,
too
so
late.
he runs away.
Alright, the line broke, so even if he makes it on time, which
Which
he
he will.
is, but yeah, he needs to retreat.
Yeah.
Okay, instantly retreat, that's good. Yeah, Serenade doing pretty much everything right. Very impressive. Let's look at his logistics. Is he mass recruiting? He's not mass recruiting right now. Solid, only 26 mercs, but still he needs to recruit those. And he needs to resend the manpower out. He's now in manpower deficit, but he has 283, so he should just absolutely recruit the generals right now and get those, secure his position with a last batch of men. I think in Serenade's position right now, what you actually want to do is not just recruit all your guys, but recruit everything and then exploit and then keep this position. Because this is 100% one position as long as you're not losing any
he's in
battles.
step hit range already.
Yeah. Whereas
And there they come.
Peteair wants to exploit Dev right now.
Berlin will pay 153 ducats to Amsterdam. I don't think that's gonna cover the 104,000 lost from the war, but
Nah, but it's okay.
well, Peteair is exploiting, I think.
Yeah, he is. Okay, good decision by him. Like, if Serenade doesn't actually recruit, he's just waiting with this military points. And he is in a deficit, so his cannon stacks might take damage. They are not so far, but they could start to do so. Peteair could try taking this fight. Problem is, he needs to win rather quickly because his manpower region is going to be drastically lower. Like, right now everything is occupied as well, so... Like, exploiting is also problematic when you're this... I don't know, never mind, I'm saying nonsense. But your recruiting, your second manpower is very diminished once you're starting to get occupied.
Yeah,
Exploiting,
so
however, remains effective.
If you could develop for 3 or 4 monarch points, would it be cheaper to just develop and then exploit for manpower rather than hire generals? If you have
No. Exploiting, not at all. Okay, Peteair going for a fight.
You can develop for 4.
He has a ruthless general, so that should be equal to a 6-5 or a 6-4. But it is an offensive fight, so it's still going to be an advantage for Serenade. It's all a question of how many troops each side has. 1.04.
Now that the stab kick's begun, Berlin is going to keep losing prestige, so...
They have the same amount of troops.
Yeah.
So, like, we can really just look at how these fights are gonna go. I think Serenade wants to take a fight in Hanover, maybe. Since he has a much better general there. Oh, it's -1 for... Okay, no, never mind, it's -1, so he definitely wants to stay.
Yeah, better reinforcements, I suppose. Or did... No, he could... Serenade got Jarvan in. 655 instead of the 645, so now...
Okay.
At this rate, Berlin could still possibly win if he gets good rolls.
Oof, yeah, he'll need really good rolls at -1. It's -1 and -1 shock.
Oh, that's a 9 in the fire.
Yeah, 9 and 0. That's pretty much it. And they also consolidate or exploited for this. So, but these troops are too late.
Yeah, and Serenade's hitting him with a better general in Hanover.
So while Peteair did pretty well, he takes -1 though, so he's actually might be favored. No, still 2 fire difference is too much. I don't know what Serenade is doing, just taking random fights here. Makes no sense to me.
He's gonna win this one because he's gonna win in Brunswick and he can reinforce in Hanover. Like, and it barely any casualty difference, but lots of war score difference, so it helps him just be safe.
No, I don't think it helps him be safe at all.
Like, if he can win both fights, that's like he's up to 65 war score probably if he does.
Yeah, but there's no need. Like, makes no difference. 50, 65. He just took 2 bad fights for no reason. He's gonna lose.
Yeah, the second one I agree is a bad fight, but the first one.
He's taking a lot of casualties. Taking casualties against someone who only has mercenaries as
well.
Get
away with this. This is what I did against what's his name? Against Mobius.
Yeah, he's taking an assault with only mercs, so that's good.
Like this is basically what I did against Mobius. Just keep hitting them, and he can. He just needs to win one battle.
Making manpower troops. He needs to make more mercs.
Berlin did win an on-hold.
Yeah,
but
now Peter should instantly go back to Oberstitz and reassault that. Take that back.
That looks like that's where he's going.
Yeah. Oh, he could have gone to Brunswick. There was 23k cannons.
Oh, he's going with only
Serenade actually lost a lot of cannons.
Yeah, but he's up to 67 war score because of the battle in Brunswick.
Yeah.
So like.
Even if he gets both that.
Oh, what is this? Just random 50k. That's a wipe.
Oh yeah, it was. Kansas was supposed to go there, but it never did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wipe for sure.
Yeah, and there's probably manpower. Well, there you go. GG. All right, that was a good war. Pretty spot display from Serenade.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, we'll not tell him that. Let's go back to the main channel.
Good luck with dices.
Hey.
I never use a single general less than 6 fire.
GG.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad. I only got 1 6 fire.
Serenade, I would kill for the kind of generals that you had.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
That would be decent.
pretty good play, Serenade.
It could have gone better, I think.
I think it was pretty much everything as you want it to be. As good as one can expect it to go.
I mean, I had some bad management of attrition, so you see my manpower going
No,
dangerous.
I mean,
You didn't see my country.
I did point it out, but it's like I'm saying, it's pretty much as optimal as we've seen so far. Like, everyone...
Serenade.
Yeah.
You forgot to focus on Mill, Serenade.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
It's in April. I know. I'm a scrub.
Right.
Okay?
I also noticed that 23k cannon stack Saturday. What was that?
Where?
After they you retreated from Vochtland or something, or Magdeburg to Brunswick, or with 23k cannons.
27k stack.
This exact cannon stack you see right now, if defensive planner in Frankfurt. That should always have been wiped.
36 cannons in Ansbach.
I saw that. Yeah. I don't know why they were there, but they were there. Yeah, I know. They should have gotten wiped. Yes, I was considering deleting them, but whatever. It's already over at that point.
I think you can.
Because I was scared these guys get wiped on the way home,
Yeah.
so I considered just deleting them so they don't reinforce. But I thought I had enough manpower for it.
Can you go through your thought process in that final fight? You're having a really good -1 fight given to you.
Oh yeah, I think Anhalt was stupid. It was a mistake. I regret that, but I don't regret Hanover. I think
Hanover was debatable because you have better general.
I have 2 fire on him. I have 2 fire on him, so I think Hanover was correct.
Yeah, but then it's -1, so.
Yeah, I agree. Anhalt was a mistake. My thought process was mainly that I'm gonna win in Brunswick, so the guys in Brunswick are gonna reinforce. So I was gonna win all 3, and then I assault a bunch of forts, and then it's 100% over.
Yeah.
But it was over anyway. I didn't need to risk that.
All right.
But yeah, I agree. Anhalt was a mistake.
It wasn't -1 if I didn't reinforce in a dumb way, but I did. That's unfortunate.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree. I should have just taken the main battle, but I saw the other battle where he's missing 2 cannons, and I had 2 fire on him, so I thought that was a really good battle. That's why I went for Hanover.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Now for Peter, I mean, it's still it was pretty good. I'd say your biggest mistake or what can be improved on is it's just your reinforcements. You often have a bunch of stragglers left behind that need to reinforce, and you need to be a bit less greedy.
Late to 3 battles.
Yeah, you need to just reinforce faster. Can't. I'm not sure how you reinforce. Maybe you're looking at reserves or something like this. It needs to be a bit faster. And it's actually unfortunate because you arrived late in one fight where Serenade messed up and his backline partially broke, and I was like, holy shit, Serenade's backline partially broke, like he is done for in one of the very first battles, which could have left. Like, and he kept fighting as well. Like, I was like, what is he doing?
I lost 5 cannons because I was too far away. I didn't expect him to attack me, but that was a good attack because we correctly judged that I was too far away.
That was the one in East Frisia or what?
No, the one
Obers,
like it's all the way in Bombay,
south,
like in the south.
yeah,
the
very
first
south.
battle, right?
The first battle, exactly, which is like the defining battle, Serenade messing up, and that could have been...
Reinforcements are not close enough, but that's because I didn't expect to get attacked. Like, I didn't think you would just attack me. Like, I didn't even have policies if you were looking.
I was not looking at that.
I didn't expect to get attacked, and then I saw you just attacked me down. Holy shit! Like Peteair is psychic or something. Like that. I was like, fuck.
And you just see the policies for the other person.
But yeah, like I lost 5 cannons in the back line, and I was considering running, but then I noticed that he didn't have enough troops nearby, and I was gonna win the other one, so I just stayed.
Did you get infiltrate on me?
No, neither had.
Neither had infiltrate for the entire war.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now you could have.
I mean, for me, it doesn't matter because I was getting pushed into anyway. So.
Yeah, like I didn't have infiltrate on you for the entire war until I already won.
All right, but Peteair, so I would really say just making those reinforcement timing more crisp, and that's already going to help you tremendously. The second thing is you really need to reset your army faster, get into position after you lose a battle. To, like, as soon as Ober's fell, that was the end of the war, right? When you had time to react to that. You had time to react.
I left 80k there because I thought I messed up and I needed to run. But then I was like, 5 minutes later, no sign of Peteair. Okay, let's assault it now.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, I needed like fucking 10 minutes to regroup after like. Felt like 10 minutes anyway.
As soon as your cannon stacks re-arrived, you send it back. No matter the circumstances, you send it back. You mass recruit. You send all your mercs. You reposition your army. Your army is safe because it's behind forts. But you need to get that back in position. And when you're being attacked, just window your army and send it to the province from which you want to reinforce, and then you start separating.
Do you still have the war screen open? I clicked it away.
It's 11 August 1449.
No, not that. The question is how much manpower lost to attrition.
We can look at.
The thing here is after 2 engagements, I still have 1.1 million men. Like the first 2 engagements, I basically didn't lose any troops. I lost like 100k after 2 engagements, so that's when you know the war is going really well.
Jones dissing you in
chat. That might actually be an argument for having fewer cannon stacks. Because like if you do that, then you don't need those extra mercs and a 4th cannon stack. You just send mercs into the main battle and then just
need 4
manpower.
I mean, I agree with Jones. Like I'm a scrub, so why are you not playing, Jones?
Yeah, Jones will play. Don't worry about it. We'll make it happen. He'll get to replace someone who doesn't show up.
Maybe
emergency call.
But yeah, I'm just gonna start pinging people soon, I guess. Okay, win on Berlin. What is this, August?
Alright, well, GG both. Well, you still have a chance to advance, Peter. It depends on Orc.
What if I lose to Orc?
Now, what Serenade wants to do is he wants to coach. Or what am I saying? What am I saying? Peter wants to coach Orc to beat Serenade.
I mean, I have the better tiebreaker.
The second match was Peteair versus Orcinspace.
Peteair wants Serenade to win.
Serenade wins.
I need to coach Serenade, man. He needs.
Oh yeah, what am I saying?
Like if I win, Peteair promotes, right?
All right, it's good that I'm the tournament organizer and I understand very basic brackets.
You know, when you have like 250 stacks sitting in your capital, Serenade, you need to like move it, split it off, and move it.
Yeah. I know. I had 250k stacks multiple times.
No, but they were not that long. Like, come on, it's fine.
Compared to me, probably not, because
it's fine. Like, it's 1 month or 2 month attrition.
Back on my
well, it's definitely something to improve on. Why do I keep giving points to Peteair? Like,
yeah, but it's okay.
Okay.
I would definitely say so far from all your performance as Serenade that I've had the displeasure of being your ally in, this has been your best performance. So
Really?
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
zero doubt.
Zero
Zero doubt.
Okay, so Serenade, you can relax a bit when we play, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I was pretty tense, but after the first 2 engagements, I was pretty happy.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, way better generals though.
That's true. That was a
I
big
had a bunch of 6-4s, yeah, but I mean, you had some 5-6s, which are not that much worse. I mean, they're worse, but
They're
not
worse.
Yeah, I mean, what's with all the constant attacks though when you have burst generals? That's not ideal, I think.
Yeah. He did eventually get that Ruthless, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, but by the end, I had 6-5 and 6-6, so.
Alright, so you know that the date, 11 August 1449? And
Yeah,
what did you want? You wanted casualties or something?
No. I just want the date. Like, the tiebreaker is wins on the less favored country, followed by the date in which you won.
Yeah, but I'm also looking at total losses, 1.75 million for Berlin, 1.73 million for Amsterdam.
Yeah, losses would be fairly even, because I fucked up a bit with attrition and such.
Embattled, it's 0.5 by attrition for both. It's very similar in terms of actual war
casualties. All the attrition is taken in my own lands, and the game doesn't record it.
Yeah.
I take a lot of attrition at home because I always pull back 200k stacks.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same.
I think it does. It's the same for me. So
yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't
know. But yeah, you can see that if that's ever gonna matter. All right. Well, that was an exciting first session. I think it was definitely better matches than we've seen so far in the duel series. So.
I mean, it's the tournament, so you expect some exciting matches.
Oh, expect some exciting matches. No, but it's good. It was for the very first stage, which is just the playoff group stage. It was really good matches. Of course, soon we'll have Blitz versus Distinct, which is going to be the highlight of the entire tournament. Hopefully. Hopefully, I'm not just going to get wrecked, but or I'm going to wreck Blitz. That would be fine too.
Even before you completely wreck Blitz, that would be quite interesting.
I mean, it can happen. Like, imagine I just get 2 6/6 generals and.
Yeah. He told me he forgot how to play, but I don't believe him.
Yeah, well, he says that every time, and then you're like, yeah, of course, of course. All right. Well, I'm close the stream.
Yeah.
And see you next time. We don't have like a fixed schedule, but just like I said, Blitz versus me should be either on the first day or Friday. We'll make that happen in the evening, and maybe Serenade. There's like the last match tomorrow or something. We'll see. All right. See you guys. Thanks for watching.
Oh, OCK.